All right, this is my next video. As I said in my earlier one, we're in the process of moving, so I thought I would document the work that I had done in the garage. We have a lot of decorations in tubs like this. As you can see, books and spiders and pumpkins and all sorts of other things. And so when we moved into the house, we didn't have enough storage, so I wanted to maximize the garage storage. And so this was another Family Handyman design that I took from them. And basically what it is it's a supported shelf that runs the entire area of the garage all the way to the side, and then coming back, and then skips the door, and then goes all the way down to this side, and then includes a kind of a sport area that you could make. I put 2 of these in. You could put more if you wanted to, or only one. That's fully supported, so there's nothing on the ground in case anything gets wet. But the way this is built is it's basically using a lot of I used oak covered plywood just so that you could stain it and actually would look halfway decent. But that was probably the hardest part. Was I don't know how many I bought. I probably bought 10 to 12 4x8 oak plywoods, and then cut them all into half, because everything was based on 2 feet, and so the height of these are 2 feet. The width I believe was 2 feet. That way I could maximize the use. So the way it's built is so basically this back plane was put on first and bolted to the or screwed into the studs, and then what happens is on these pieces here, I take a 2x2x2 and diagonally cut it, and then take these pieces, which I think were a 1x4, and attached the diagonal brace on the back of that through that piece, and then took that piece then and attached it to the wall here with these screws, because this is the oak plywood. It's actually pretty strong, and you can screw this in, and then that supports the weight. Very strong here, and able to support that. And then what I did is I took, again, a lot of 1x2s, stained them to use them really on the top for frame, to make it look nice. Again, I don't know if this was 1x2s, because as you can see, it's a little bit less than up there. And then use that to go on the top, and finished everything with framing nails. Can store or can support quite a bit. And as you see here, the pieces here, where same idea, where it's just coming straight down, supported the same way across the back here, and then with shelving, and then on the top supporting that with the finished nails. Some lessons learned in here is making sure that one of the things I did is I measured the height of most of the tubs that we have, and made sure on at least on the lower part of the lower part where the ceiling comes down, that I could fit one. Now, one thing that we didn't do is I probably would lower it a little bit if I did it again, because I can't fit 2, and we have enough of these tubs, as you can see, that having to, like being up here, having able to fit 2 over in the top of that would have been nice. But as you can see here, able to put above the workbench, all sorts of little hooks and everything else to be able to hang things. And then on the top, what I did, this was my own design, but I took 3 full pieces of just regular plywood, and hung those via chains and bolts onto the studs above that. But I used chains. I didn't want to use something as rigid as more framing, just because as you're putting things up there, it moves, and that would put quite a bit of stress on the joints. This way, there really isn't any stress on the joints, because as you push things up and you hit it a little bit, it does rock back and forth. But there is quite a bit of storage on top here. And what I had to do then is I basically measured the chains so that it would fall right above where the door goes, and so there's not much of a gap, maybe 3 to 4 inches, and then it skips here, and then goes basically then goes up over here. So I've got 3, because there's 3-car garage. I've got 3 large pieces of 2x4s or plywood to put things above that. And this is low enough where I can fit two things. So across the entire garage, quite a bit of storage to be able to store all the tubs. And then basically coming across, I extended this even underneath all the way across, just so I could again continue to put the hooks and hang things up. So again, Family Handyman design that I found in that magazine. And if you have any questions, feel free to ask. Thanks.